Did you know that 92% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? It's a staggering statistic that really makes you wonder about the whole goal setting process.
Wow, that's actually pretty disheartening. Why do you think so many people struggle to stick to their goals?
Well, there are a few factors at play here. One big issue is that people often set unrealistic or overly ambitious goals without a clear plan to achieve them. It's like trying to climb Mount Everest without any training or equipment.
Hmm, that makes sense. So, how can we set goals that we're more likely to achieve?
That's a great question. One approach that really resonated with me is this idea of setting 2025 goals that lead to wealth and fulfillment. It's not just about the numbers in your bank account, but about designing a life you're genuinely excited about.
Oh, I like the sound of that. But how do you balance financial goals with personal fulfillment?
Well, it starts with getting clear on your values and what truly matters to you. As Stephen Covey said, begin with the end in mind. Ask yourself, what kind of life do I want to live? Then you can reverse engineer your goals to support that vision.
That's a powerful perspective. So, it's not just about making more money, but about using that money to create a life you love.
Exactly. And here's where it gets interesting. The podcast has three key areas to focus on: saving for experiences, investing in yourself through education, and starting a side hustle. Let's break those down.
All right, I'm all ears. What's the deal with saving for experiences?
Well, research shows that experiences tend to bring more lasting happiness than material possessions. It's about creating memories and stories to tell, rather than just accumulating stuff. As Sir Richard Branson said, fill your life with experiences, not things. Have stories to tell, not stuff to show.
I can definitely see the value in that. But how do you actually go about saving for these experiences?
They suggested setting a specific savings goal and breaking it down into smaller, manageable amounts. For example, if you want to take a $3,000 trip by the end of the year, that's about $250 a month or $60 a week. And here's a pro tip: automate your savings. Set up a separate account and have a portion of your paycheck automatically transferred there.
Oh, that's smart. It's like paying yourself first, right?
Exactly. And speaking of paying yourself, let's talk about investing in yourself through education and upskilling. In today's rapidly changing world, continuous learning is crucial. As Benjamin Franklin said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest.
So true. But with so many options out there, how do you decide what to focus on?
Well, it depends on your goals. Are you looking to advance in your current career? Or maybe you want to explore a new field entirely. The key is to align your learning with your long term objectives. And remember, it doesn't have to be expensive. There are tons of free or low cost resources available online.
That's a relief. I've always wanted to learn more about digital marketing, but I wasn't sure where to start.
Well, now's your chance. And here's something to keep in mind: even dedicating just 1 to 2 hours a week to learning can make a huge difference over the course of a year. It's all about consistency.
That doesn't sound too overwhelming. I think I could manage that.
Absolutely. And that brings us to the third key area: starting a side hustle. This is a great way to explore your passions, gain new skills, and potentially create an additional income stream.
Sounds intriguing, but also a bit daunting. Where would you even begin with something like that?
Well, the first step is to identify your interests and skills. What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? Then think about how you could monetize that. It could be freelance writing, tutoring, selling handmade crafts, or even starting a YouTube channel.
I see. But what if you're not sure if your idea is good enough?
That's where this quote from Reid Hoffman, co founder of LinkedIn, comes in handy. If you are not embarrassed by the first version of your product, you've launched too late. The key is to start small, learn as you go, and iterate along the way.
Oh, I like that. It takes some of the pressure off.
Exactly. And remember, a side hustle doesn't have to become your full time gig to be valuable. Even if it just brings in an extra $500 a month, that could be your vacation fund or your investment capital.
That's a great point. So, we've covered saving for experiences, investing in education, and starting a side hustle. How do you balance all of these goals?
Well, that's where the art of goal setting comes in. It's about finding the right balance between short term and long term goals and between financial and personal objectives. One strategy they suggested is allocating a percentage of your income or efforts to each goal.
Interesting. Can you give an example of how that might work?
Sure. Let's say you decide to allocate 50% of your extra income to long term savings, 30% to experiences, and 20% to education and your side hustle. This way, you're making progress on all fronts without neglecting any area.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like diversifying your personal growth portfolio.
Exactly. And here's something crucial to remember: be kind to yourself along the way. As Ariana Huffington says, failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of success. If you miss a milestone or face setbacks, learn from it and keep moving forward.
That's a refreshing perspective. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned.
Absolutely. And that brings me to one final point that I found really powerful: the importance of gratitude. Sometimes we get so focused on what we want to achieve that we forget to appreciate what we already have. Taking time to practice gratitude can help keep you grounded and motivated.
Well said. So, as we wrap up, what are your key takeaways from all of this?
For me, it's about setting clear, meaningful goals that align with your values, finding ways to make financial and personal growth work together, and being patient and kind to yourself along the way. It's not just about the destination, but about enjoying the journey and growing as a person.
I love that. It's certainly given me a lot to think about as I start planning my own goals for 2025.
Me too. And I think that's the beauty of conversations like this. They inspire us to dream bigger and take action towards creating the life we want. Here's to making 2025 our best year yet.
Cheers to wealth, fulfillment, and everything in between.